Hi.
Wait, I don't think it's confirmed. Smile. Go ahead.
Wash. Welcome to the third episode of the Wash and Roll podcast. I'm Madden Pack, and I'm here with a big group of people tonight. We got Luke Howell, manager of Wash and Roll 21 location. We got special guest Ethan Hudson here to talk Titans and all things Wash. And we also have two more special guests. This is Hayes Watson and David Carey, and they are here to help us get through this show. So, fellas, we're just going to dive right into it. Big news. Carlos Marino has left the Wash. Luke, give us your thoughts about that.
Well, it's very, very disappointing. I was not happy to say the least, and he will be punished.
I feel like it's a sad day because Carlos, not only was he a great employee, but he's a great guy and Titans fan. You always love to have another Titans fan in the office.
Never worked at the Wash. Heard Carlo was a great guy. Kind of interested in what this punishment might be.
I worked with Carlos for like 2 weeks, and I didn't really like him. Because he just grabbed the hose every time and didn't scrub the cars.
Okay.
So I am also intrigued by what this punishment might be from Luke Howell.
So it's not going to be anything too bad, but he does have to walk through the forest.
Ooh, no one likes walking through the forest. I'll tell you what, it is scary. Isn't it scary, fellas?
Walk through it tonight.
Yeah, I do have to walk through. I've walked through it, and it is really scary. And I'm just going to tell you what Carlos means to me as a worker, as a man, and you know what I thought his biggest contributions were to the Wash. Hayes is right. He did. He always went for the sprayer, but he sprayed good, and he scrubbed well when he scrubbed. And he was a hard worker. He's a good man. He did what was asked of him at the Wash. He was funny. He always accepted every challenge, never backed down from a challenge. He was a competitor on the football field. I've played many, many close games with Carlos Marino, and some of them got heated. We fought a few times. We threw punches even. But overall, I mean, tough competitor as a football player, great worker. He's going to be missed at the Wash. The Wash will never be the same without Carlos. You can't spell Wash without Carlos, and I'm going to miss the guy. Y'all got it. Well, y'all already said. We've already said. That's enough of Carr.
I'm going to say one more thing.
All right.
Caesar will still be in the podcast.
Yes, Caesar's position is on the podcast remains. He's gone for this week because he's in Washington, D.C. watching a soccer game. We hope he has fun. D.C.'s it's a nice place, I guess, and I hope he has fun. It kind of sucks, but
He's also going to Oregon.
he's going to he's going to Oregon. I think he's going to play for the Ducks. All right, so that's all we got for Carlos. What's next? We have a very special guest to talk Titans football with us. He's a Titans guru. He's even wearing a Titans jersey. Well, as we all are, except -2. And he's been working at the Wash. Well, he worked at the Wash last summer. Then he went to Chat to pursue his educational career. And now he's back for a little break, and he's working at the Wash again. And I'm going to hand it over to no other than Ethan Hudson.
Thank you very much for the kind words, Madden. I appreciate you guys welcoming me onto the show. And these are two guys I brought with me. Some tag-alongs, Hayes Watson and David Carey. Also very big Titans fans. I just left their jerseys. Today I'm here to talk some Titans, so let's get into it.
All right. Here's what we got first, fellas. AFC South predictions. It's considered the worst division in football, at least in the AFC. But, I think there might be some surprise this year. I think the Titans adding D-Hop, it makes a huge difference. The Colts drafting Anthony Richardson and the Texans drafting Stroud. They're both rookies. They'll both be raw, but not hopefully because we want the Titans to win the division, but they'll make big contributions, I think, in year one. They'll grow as the season progresses. And, I think it's going to be tough for the Titans and Jags. I think it's going to be a tight race, but we're going to elaborate more about that right now, and I'm going to hand it over to Luke to give his AFC South predictions on who's going to be finish first, second, third, and fourth.
All right, so I'm going to start at the bottom. It's kind of a bold prediction, but I know everyone here likes the Jags, but I think the Jags are going to finish last in the division. I do. I think they're very overrated, and you guys laugh now, but we're going to come back to this after the season. The Jags, they're going to be 3-14 at the end of the season. Trevor Lawrence is going to tear his ACL in week 3.
That's hot. That's hot.
And let's see. I'm going to go with I think it's going to be the Texans in third. I think they're not going to be much better, but they're going to finish a little bit better than the Jags. And I'm going to have to go with the Colts. I think Anthony Richardson's going to play pretty well. I think they're going to finish around 500. And then obviously the Titans are going to be first in the division with Ryan. I mean, there's no debate about that, guys. I think I don't want to give away too much for my Titans prediction, but I think they're going undefeated at 17-0.
Well, I think the Titans will also be first in the division, but I definitely don't think they're going to go 17-0. I think Titans will finish number 1 at a nice record of 11-6, followed by Jaguars in second with a nice 10-6-1. I think they're going to tie against the Texans. Wow. Then I'm going to have the Colts. I'm going to say the Colts go a nice 6-11. I think Texans will go 5-11-1. It's a pretty terrible division, but Titans on top. Watch out for us in the wild card game, unless we get that number 1 seed.
My predictions for the division. I actually have the Texans finishing worse. You know, they got Stroud, but he doesn't really have any weapons. His best weapon is going to be Dalton Schultz. Wow. So I see them finishing 4th, going to have another top 3 pick. And they'll probably take one of his old teammates they can throw to. Oh. Then, of course, I have the Colts. I don't believe much in Anthony Richardson. But, the Colts are still a pretty good all-around team. Can't lie about Jonathan Taylor. Easily top 5 running back in the league. And then I also do have the Jaguars. Everyone's hyping up about Trevor Lawrence. Really don't think he's that good. They should have lost in the wild card game. Chargers sold. And then I also have the Titans finishing first. Floor is going to be about 8-9. Okay. Ceiling 12-4. 12-5.
That's a great ceiling.
All right, let's all be honest here. We know C.J. Stroud is nothing without Marvin Harrison Jr. He's gonna be trash. Texas finished last. Colts up next. Whatever the running back's name is, forgot it.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yep, that dude. He's gonna help them, and they're gonna win a couple games. But they're gonna be like 7-8 probably.
He's gonna be healthy again.
But they're not gonna be a good enough team. Anthony Richardson will fight out some wins somehow. And then we have first place. I'm going to go ahead and skip this because I got to save second place. The Jaguars are sadly winning the AFC South for all you Titans fans. Let's be real here. They're winning it. Trevor Lawrence is too good. And then Titans, come on now. Ryan Tannehill hasn't been it.
What?
And
what? Yes, he has. We just looked up his stats.
D-Hop is not changing this team into anything more successful.
Next Julio.
Maybe a couple wins. He will not turn out like Julio. He will be better, but maybe a couple wins, but nothing to help them win the division. And the thing y'all need on the Titans is not more skills players. Y'all need linemen. Let's be honest. Linemen.
Drafted a good lineman.
Hey, he wants to say something.
I would like to say I respect Hayes Watson because I hate this narrative that Titans kill wide receivers' careers. It really just makes me sick to my stomach because the 4 they always use, Randy Moss, he was cooked when he came to us. We knew he would suck. Andre Johnson, he was cooked when he came to us. Julio is always hurt. He was on the downside of his career. I mean, it's not like he was bad and then he went to the Bucs and he was good. I mean, he's just not good. The Titans might have killed him, but he would have been bad anywhere. Except maybe Kansas City because I have Mahomes. But yeah, I agree with.
Wasn't bad.
And Hopkins was good last year.
Yeah, when he was
Exactly.
There,
And Hayes just said his number one concern was linemen. And this offseason, Rand Carthen, he came in, did a great job. He drafted the best O lineman in the draft. Then he signed Daniel Brunskill and Andre Dillard, 2 big additions. Our offensive line has completely changed. If Petit Freer can come back from his suspension and just be okay, I mean, I think this could finish as an average unit, maybe even above average. I mean, Dennis Daly's gone. He was the worst player of all time. Awful, the worst player ever. So, yeah.
All right. I agree.
All right. Now here's what I got at number 4, Houston Texans. They've been the laughingstock of the division for years now, ever since Watson left, and haven't really been able to find a coach. I think they fired like 2 head coaches after 1 year back to back. And I know with the addition of Stroud will help in the long term, but ultimately, what? Okay. Ultimately, it's not going to be enough. I mean, their roster, top to bottom, isn't great. They did add Will Anderson on defense. I like this team long term. I think they have a bright future, but this year's just not it. Number 3, I got the Indianapolis Colts. I think they have a better roster than the Texans, slightly better. You got people like Shaq Leonard. You got Jonathan Taylor. You got, Richardson. I think he's going to eventually be a good player in the league, but it's going to be a growing year for them. And for that, I put them at number 3. They're just not going to have enough juice. I have them going about 6-11. I have the Texans going about 4-12 because I forgot to mention their record. Number 2. And it's going to be tight for me because I think this division is going to come down to it. But I got the Jaguars at 2nd at 11-6. I think that Trevor Lawrence is going to take a big leap. I think he is the best quarterback in this division.
No.
Yes, I do.
He hasn't proved that.
I can't be a homer.
He hasn't proved it.
He
Until the end of this season to say that.
he started to prove it towards the end of last season. You know, he that playoff comeback was huge, I think, for his growth. He played
4 picks in the first half.
4 picks in the first half.
He followed it up with 4 touchdowns.
He didn't win that game. The Chargers
lucky.
lost that game.
I can agree with that too. I mean, but I think he did well. Like he did well from the adversity of throwing 4 picks, and I think he's growing. I think he's going to have a 35 touchdown year. I think he's going to be solid. They got Evan Ingram. You got players like Christian Kirk. You have Travis Etienne, who I think is going to take a step forward this year. You still have left tackle Cam Robinson. I think he's one of the best left tackles in the NFL. I think he's still got a few years left in him. For that reason, I have them at 11-6. And number 1, I got the Tennessee Titans. I think with the addition of D-Hop, it puts them over the hump. I originally thought the Jags were going to win the division, but with the addition of D-Hop, with the work Rand Carthon has done in the offseason, you know, bringing back players like Henry, not trading them too early, Tannehill realizing that he's the guy, Malik Willis is just not it. Putting all your faith in Tannehill, I think with weapons, Tannehill can thrive because we've seen in the past when Tannehill has weapons, he can play well.
Exactly.
The defense, you bring back Kevin Byard. Last year you signed long-term Harold Landry, who didn't get to do anything last year because he got hurt in the training camp, didn't he? Was it training camp? Harold Landry. You have him back, solid pass rusher. Simmons, who in my opinion is the best player on the team, he's one of the best D tackles in the league. He's gonna be a force of nature this year. He's just now entering his prime because they said that prime is in about year 4 to about year 8 or something. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do this year. And I have it coming down to they finished 11-6. I have it coming down to that final game in Nashville. I think it's the last game of the year. They're going to play the Jags for the division title, but I do think that both teams make the playoffs. I think the Jags will get the wild card spot. I think the Titans will win the division. And guys, that's what I got for my AFC South predictions. Wait, now we're moving on, right? Yep. Sorry, sometimes you just screw up on the podcast. All right, we're going to predict Titans player stats. How many players are we doing? Because there is 52 guys.
Tannehill, Henry, and Hopkins.
I like it.
Okay, we'll do Chig too.
We'll do Chig. Yeah, offense. We'll do offensive weapons. How about that? Y'all like that, fellow listeners?
Yeah, let's start with Tannehill.
Tannehill. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna go with I think Tannehill's gonna throw for about 5,368 yards. He's gonna have a great season. He's going to be the MVP actually. He's gonna throw for about 41 touchdowns. I'm gonna say 2 interceptions, which won't be his fault. It'll be Kyle Phillips' fault on both of those. Let's see. He's going to rush for about I say 22 touchdowns. He's gonna have a 1,000-yard rushing season too.
Very nice. Some would say Ryan Tannehill is a sponge. You give him good weapons, he sucks it up. He plays good. He's going to put up 3,600 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions.
Let's go.
He's a sponge. When you give him good talent, he soaks up the water. But when you give him Cody Hollister, Nick Westbrook-Keenan, he's going to suck. He's not an elite guy. We know this. He's an above average quarterback.
He is. Thank you.
You know, I always tell Ethan this. Tannehill, average quarterback in the league. But with a healthy Derrick Henry, you know, feed him 4 times in play action with D-Hop and who's the other? Burks. And Burks and Chig. I mean, you're going to tell me the defense can cover all 3 of them in man coverage? No. Derrick, you know.
And Ryan used to play receiver, so he can also go out for receiver.
Yeah.
I say he's going to have 200 receiving yards this year.
He just might. Henry Wildcat?
Yeah, exactly. Henry
That
can't throw the ball.
would be gross. My predictions. I'm going to say Tannehill throws for about probably between 3,600 and 4,200. You know? You know?
That's a great thing.
And then I'm going to have Henry. Henry will probably run for over 2,000 yards easily.
Wow.
Easily.
Wow.
With this 17 game schedule, it's gonna be easy, you know. You get a bye in the middle of the year too. It's gonna be nice. Henry will also throw for 2 touchdowns this year.
That's a bold prediction. I like
For
it.
2 touchdowns. Yeah. I think Tannehill will probably have about 28 total touchdowns this year. You know, just something like that. And Hopkins is going to have between 8 and 12 receiving touchdowns this year.
Okay, that's a good take.
Let's save the rest of the players for the next podcast. Let's do one player each podcast. Okay.
All right, I'm just going to get down to the basics. Ryan Tannehill is not going to be a starter by week 3 of this season. They will put Will Levis in, and Will Levis will not be prepared, and he is going to suck. I'm sorry. Oh, what happened?
It's just the
Oh, Will Levis will not be, or he will go into the game, and the Titans don't know how to develop quarterbacks, and he will suck. And Malik Willis will come into the game in week 7, and he will take over for the last 8 games and win 8 straight. And he will throw for 3,300 passing yards. Yes.
What?
And he will have 22 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And he will rush for 600 yards.
There's no possible way. It's not happening. I promise you, it's not.
So just Tannehill.
Yeah, we'll do the rest. I'll say that we'll do the rest of the
Okay.
next podcast.
All right. Well, you know, I have faith in Tannehill because, like Ethan said and like Luke said, when he has weapons, he can be a solid player in this league. He can play. He's no scrub. I'm not buying into the whole Tannehill's sucks. I can understand why people say he's average because his play the past 2 years has been very average, mediocre. You know, not up to par. But when you give him weapons, he can thrive. So for this reason, he has Hopkins. He has Burks. He has Henry in the backfield, hopefully healthy. He's got Chig. He's got all these guys. I think with this offense around him, a better, still not great offensive line, he can make some magic. So for this reason, I have Tannehill throwing 28 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. With throwing about, I'm gonna give him, I'm gonna say 3,800 yards. Or yeah, is that right? Yeah, 3,800 yards. Yeah. Yeah. All right, moving on to, we're doing trivia. All right, let's trivia, boys. Let's go. All right. Who's playing who, or is it just the whole group?
So you're all playing?
Yeah.
I'm just asking the question.
All right, let's go.
All All right, so we could do teams. Okay, so you guys want to do you two and then you two?
Yeah, let's do
All right, so announce the teams and not.
No, wait. Switch these teams. These guys are geniuses. What?
We're geniuses too.
You guys know football.
It's football. It's not. We're not taking it.
Tennessee football.
We're not taking the ACT
Are
here.
there Tennessee football questions? Walls?
No.
You got to throw in some Tennessee.
Okay.
You got to throw us a bone and hope we fetch.
I can think of someone on the spot. All right, let's do this, guys.
All right. So what do we do? Put Mike in the middle.
All right,
Put a water bottle whenever it grabs it.
No, you guys are on the same team, so you scoot over this. I'll be right here.
Here,
Just do back and
you put a water bottle whenever it grabs it.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
If you miss, you get a steal, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So,
Or just do back and forth. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, back and forth.
just do back and forth.
We don't want to fight to break out, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Trivia. Need the mic extra.
Because I would lose.
Okay. Here we go. We're doing some trivia. All right. So,
Who's going first?
question number 1.
You want to go first? Alright.
You guys going first?
Yeah.
All right. Matt and Hayes are going first. When did fantasy football first start? What year?
Do you know it?
What year?
No.
If you're gonna talk into the mic.
I have an idea. I think.
Wait, conversate. What are you going to say?
And closest answer wins. Hey, no whispering. No whispering. You gotta talk out loud, guys. No whispering.
Okay.
Both of you.
All right. We're going 1996.
All right. Closest wins. Closest wins. 1996 for them.
Closest wins?
Yeah.
We'll go 1995.
Winner, Ethan.
What was it?
The answer was fantasy football started in 1962, but that was actually really smart. But there's actually an add-on to this question, so that was only half the point.
Oh.
You have to get this, and if Madden and Hayes get this, we're going to a tiebreaker. All right, so when did ESPN fantasy football start? And I'm not talking about the app. I'm talking about just like overall, when did ESPN fantasy football start? Yeah, so like the website, not the application.
Okay.
All right, they're going to go first this time. You have 10 seconds to discuss.
Like
You cannot
82 was there? Like,
You can't whisper. I can't.
Okay.
You can't whisper. Talk to the mic.
I think
I can't hear you guys.
I'm gonna
You have
say
to talk louder. Put
like
the mic
89.
up.
yeah. We're gonna say 1987.
Okay. All right. 1987 is the answer. Let's see what Madden and Hayes have to say.
1988.
Very smart. Very smart. The winner is Hayes and Madden. The correct answer was 1996.
What year was the internet?
Oh, dude, I got.
You pretty much got it right. That's crazy.
All right, so now that I didn't plan for a tiebreaker, but the tiebreaker is going to be a Tennessee ball question.
Okay, we're gonna go first.
Yeah, you do.
What? They just went. It's our turn.
You're right. They're going
You're
first.
right. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Who was the starting quarterback for the Vaults in 2022?
Hendon Hooker. Bam.
All right. Let's see what you guys have to say.
No, he's going to say it was.
We're gonna go with Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton.
The correct answer was Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton. Winner. Kind of a trick question.
Yeah.
Kind of a trick question. But technically, Milton did start.
2 games.
Yeah. So.
Consistency, or what do you call it? You gotta do your homework, Phyllis. That's all I had to say.
All right.
That's a lesson from me to y'all. That's a lesson from me to y'all. That's what I mean. Yeah.
All right. And scooted that way a little bit more.
Yeah.
All
Sorry.
right. Question number 2 right now, Ethan, and you are winning. What is your name again? David. I keep forgetting. Ethan and David are winning 1-0. All right. Question number 2. How many career touchdowns does Patrick Mahomes have?
Closest answer wins. It's their turn.
I'm gonna say.
Think about this. Okay.
So he started in 2018 because 2017 he probably had like 2 or 3 touchdowns. So we'll say like
When did he start?
3. His rookie year he probably had played I think he played like 2 games. Oh, we're gonna go with 212.
All right. They said 212. Let's see what Madden has up to say.
211.
The correct answer was 192. Winner is Hayes and Madden. All right. But just like the last question, it's kind of a two-part question. And I'm kind of liking it because this next question kind of makes me happy. All right. How many career touchdowns does Ryan Tannehill have? 10.
Rushing included.
No, passing.
We go 186.
186 was the entry. Let's see what they do.
Think about how long he's played.
You got
Think about how long he's played.
You say above? Okay.
Say above.
We'll say 187. Because it makes them happy, so it's more. You're right.
The correct answer was, yes, it's true. Tannehill does have more passing touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes, guys.
playing 5 years
I told you he was better, and the winner is Ethan. And was David.
Yes.
Ethan and David, winner. Up 2-0.
What was I about to say? What was the answer?
He has a lot. He has 212, which is
That's what I guess from Mahomes.
20 more passing
Dang,
touchdowns.
he only has 20 more and he's been playing that much longer. That's terrible.
That's a lot more. That's a lot of.
That's an indictment on Mahomes.
That's a lot of pat. No,
Tannehill.
Tannehill's more skilled. All right,
Sure, he is more.
2-0. Ethan and David are winning. All right. Question number 3. Closest answer wins.
Oh my gosh.
How old? And if you get a spot on, you automatically get the point.
Yeah.
How old is Larry Fitzgerald? 10 seconds.
Let's say 40.
No.
Too late. You already said.
No.
We're gonna say. You want to say 41? We're gonna say 41.
Losers. The correct answer was 39. Winner, Madden and Hayes.
I knew he was in his 30s. That's why I was scared.
All right, so 2-1. 2-1, Ethan and David are winning. All right, question number 4. How old is Odell Beckham Jr.?
I'd say Odell Beckham is 29, 30. He's got 30. We're gonna go. We're gonna go 29.
Say 30. Say 30. Say 30.
30.
Correct. The answer was 30. Winner. All right, 2-2, heading into question number 5. Pretty good game so far. Right now, the current betting odds: Ethan and David minus 128. All right, question number 5. Huh?
Can we bet on that right now?
I mean, I can't bet. I'm the host, so. But I'm sure the fans are betting on you guys. All right. Question number 5. When did Caesar? Yeah, I think he's watching right now. Actually, when did the Bears come into existence? I'm not talking about the football team. I'm talking about the rowdy, actual Bears that will kill you.
I'm going to say
Talk to me before you say something.
No whispering.
So it's, the format is blank years ago, like it's a number of years ago.
Are we going biblical or?
So it's not like an actual
Biblical.
date. It's like how many years ago it was.
Are you like? Is this like a
Closest wins.
Is this like a Christian?
When they were like made
Or like evolved?
When like made.
When they evolved. When they
Okay.
evolved.
You say 300 million years ago.
300 million years ago.
All right. 300 million years ago was their answer. Let's see what they got.
We're gonna go 299,999,999 years ago.
Wait a second. That's really confusing. But is that more than what they said or less? Winner, Ethan and David. Why do I keep saying? I keep thinking Dill because I work with Dill. All right. The answer was 40 million years ago.
Wait, no, we won then.
What'd you say?
Oh, 330.
Okay, yeah.
I meant to say 3 million. But
All right. Either way, winner, Ethan and David. All right. So what is that? 3-2. You guys are winning. All right. Next up, question number 6. Name the rushing leaders, the past 3 rushing leaders from the past 3 seasons, or the last
leaders.
Yeah.
Like Vladimir Putin.
no the rushing leader from the past 3 NFL seasons.
Just yards.
Just yards?
Yeah, rushing.
Josh Jacobs this year, last year Jonathan Taylor, year before Derrick Henry.
Spot on, winner. All right, guys. All right, so what is that? 4-2.
Yeah.
Betting odds are now -500 for Ethan and David.
Step it up.
Huh?
How many more questions do you have?
There's 4 more questions.
Do some name ones.
No. All right. How many rushing yards did Derrick Henry and Chris Johnson rush for in their careers combined?
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Does he have it?
I just realized that my shorts on.
What are you saying?
You got 5 seconds.
Huh?
3. Or you're expelled.
4.
1.
18,000.
Say something.
Oh wait, so it's not just their 2,000. Sorry, I
Nope,
fucked up. I screwed up. Dang it.
So I can say whatever and we get it right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably about 6.
6,000.
6 to 6.
You want to actually guess an answer?
No, I guess the actual answer. I'm gonna go. I like Taze's yes, but Chris Johnson really didn't have longevity, so I'm gonna say about 19,700.
Pretty close.
I screwed up because I was thinking they're 2,000 yards. It's
actually a pretty good answer.
I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. It's actually a pretty good answer. You're kind of close. 17,986. So it's pretty good. You guys got to be quicker. You guys got to be quicker. I'll give you guys 15 seconds from now.
Okay.
That's a little bit better. All right. Question number 8. Guys, you have to get these last 3 questions right.
We got it.
But if you get this question on the dot, I'll give you 2 points.
All right.
All right. This is kind of a tough one though.
Yeah, it should be our turn.
Is it your guys' turn? All right. If you guys get this on the dot, 2 points.
My best.
You win.
Good, man.
All right. So, how old is Mason McDonald?
Surely you know this.
15 seconds.
You know, I'm gonna say Mason McDonald is 25 years old. No, actually, I changed my mind. Can I change it?
No.
I'm gonna change it to 24.
Okay.
You can't change it.
What's your answer?
All right. He is 24 years old and 24 years old plus 6 months.
Both of you incorrect. The correct answer was 25.
He's not 25. He's not 25. I'm 24 and I'm older than
He
him.
just turned 25. He just did.
Mason McDonald?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Let's get him on the phone.
If he doesn't answer, you forfeit the point.
Yeah, we get the points if he doesn't
Yeah, that's right.
Fake news. Can I call him twice? Can I get 2 calls?
You can FaceTime once.
No FaceTime audio.
But I'm right.
There you go.
His birthday is in January of.
I just texted.
You're full.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set.
All right. Okay. Let me go to the. Oh, you almost accidentally called my mom. Okay. Let's see. How do you do FaceTime? Oh wait, I think I know how. I think I can go to my missed calls.
Okay, if you don't know how to FaceTime, it's there.
Yeah, if you know how to FaceTime, how are we supposed to trust
Start the clock down.
All right, 10. Oh, wait, you got it.
Please, come on. Come on. I'm right, by the way. He's been given
can we
false
know you're right?
information.
Okay. End the call.
I'm older and I'm 24.
End the call.
How do we know that?
All right, I was just kidding. He actually was 24. All right.
Wait, so
We said 20.
You guys had 25 at first, so winner.
Okay.
All right.
So we get 2 points, right?
it wasn't exact.
It was just a prank.
I
All
said
right.
24 years old in 6 months.
That's not exact though. You were looking for
Wait.
24.
So his birthday.
But I didn't let you guys change your answer before, so I can't let them change their answer too. So you guys get the point.
Okay.
1.2.
No, there's once you say your answer,
Okay.
there's no change.
Going back.
So we get 2 points, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah, you got it exact. Yeah. All right. So what is 5-4? Okay. All right. 2 questions left. 5-4. Once again, You got to get this or you're going to lose. All right. Who goes first right here?
Wait, we do? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Madden and Hayes go first here. This is a huge question. A lot on the line. There is a prize. I won't tell you what it is yet, and there is punishment. All right. Who is the current fullback for the Vikings? You got 15 seconds.
Can
you give us a hint?
Previous team he played on.
No hints. All right.
I'm going, okay, Ahmad Hall.
All right. Ethan?
No. You know who it is?
That actually might make sense. You guys don't get it right. They got it wrong, so we're going to have to move on to this name.
Okay. We're going to go Patrick DeMarco. That's the only fullback I know. Remember from Madden Mobile.
Incorrect.
Fullbacks hardly even exist anymore.
That's correct. The correct answer was C.J. Ham. C.J. Ham. Wow. Okay. All right. The next question is, who is the fullback for the 49ers?
Kyle. His name's Kyle.
Oh. Kyle Juszczyk.
I said his name, though.
But
That is correct. It was their turn.
You don't have to say the last name. You know who I'm talking about, Kyle.
But it's our turn.
It's their turn.
I thought you said we were answering it first.
Yeah, I said we.
Oh, okay. I got confused.
Yep. All right. So that means winner. Ethan and
You lost it for us.
Ethan and David winner. All right, but there is.
And Madden lost it for us.
But no, it's not over yet, guys. It's not over yet. If you get this question right, you get 2 points on the dot.
Right.
And there's a man sitting in front of me that should know the answer. His name is Madden. Or James, I guess.
Let's rock and roll.
All right. Here we go. How many followers does Madden Pack have combined on both of his Instagram accounts?
He does not know. He has no idea.
I have 2 accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it. Oh, fuck. Okay,
You got 12 seconds.
Okay, hold on. 512.
Are they private or public accounts?
I'm going to go over under. You pick.
Yeah, they're public. All right, go ahead.
They're public. We're going to go 513.
Was that, what was it?
Said 512.
Oh, man.
You guys did not get it on the dot. Not even close. The correct
Really?
answer was 666.
Wait, what? Are you talking about my Facebook?
No,
he actually
Instagram.
does.
Yeah, Instagram. I did my research.
Are you talking about my old account from years ago?
Yep. That's your 2 accounts.
Yeah.
All right. All right, and that is all for trivia. Congrats to Ethan and David on the win.
Good battle, boys.
Let's move on with the pod.
All right, so next up, a story about the wash. All right. We got a lot of great wash stories, a lot of great memories. Everybody except one person in this room has been a part of them. You know, it's been a great part of our life journey. You know, we've shared great memories, some tough memories. We've won together, lost together, embraced each other, cried together. It's been a great road, and we're just gonna share our memories, whether good or bad, suffering or joyful. You know, we're gonna share them right now on the podcast.
All right, so one day me and Madden were sitting at the wash, and we saw these 2 homeless men walking down the street, and we were like, what is going on? We were so confused. We were like, why are these people just... It was like 8 o'clock at night, so it was dark. It was kind of sketch. We were about to close, actually. So we had just put the cones out to close at 8, and these 2 homeless men came up to us. They did have pocket knives. They had guns. Me and Medini, we were kind of freaking out a little bit. We did see the guns and the knives in their pocket. We didn't really want to say anything about it, but they asked us for change, right? And we were kind of concerned. We were like, no, we don't have any change. I told him that I would just give him some Venmo money, but he wasn't happy. He pulled out his gun. He charged us, and luckily for us, we ran to the store. We locked the doors immediately. We turned all the lights off. We called the police, and the 2 homeless men, they started fighting, and Ethan came out because we called Ethan. He kind of helped us out a little bit. he fought him off, and I'm very thankful for Ethan for that, for protecting the wash and me and Madden.
My crazy story at the wash was one night, probably 8:30 on a very stormy night, very stormy and spooky. I was pressure washing because I don't know why I was pressure washing so late, but last summer I would pressure wash so late. I don't know why, but I'm telling you, the rain was coming in sideways. The wind was blowing so hard. And I was on the left side. Everyone knows that's the hard side. And I get to the very end of the left side, and I see a car is at the XPT. But not full. Yeah, he was not fully there because I already come to block it off. I was like, what in the world is this guy doing? And it freaked me out because it was raining so bad. And the dude just stayed there, and I turned around and I started pressure washing more. Then I came back to the other side. He was still there, and I was starting to freak out at this point. I was scared. So I walked the back way, but when you walk the back way, you still got to go through the front to get inside. And the dude saw me, and he got out of his car and started walking over to me, and it was a very rugged-looking guy. He was terrifying, probably 65 years old, and he was holding something sharp in his hand. And at this point, I was like, what do I grab? So I went to the office, and I grabbed a pair of scissors to arm myself, and I went and locked the doors. And the dude started knocking on the doors for probably 5 minutes, but it felt like 30. And I was debating calling the police or not, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do I even do? And then eventually the dude just punched the door as hard as he could, and the glass shattered. And he's like feeling around. I saw his hand. I was like screaming, and I saw his hand just like fiddling on the door, and he unlocked it. And I knew it was at this point I knew it was either me or him. But I didn't want to kill the man, and I knew with my track speed I could get away from him. So I was about to run, but I grabbed the stapler. I opened it up and just threw it as hard as I could at him, and it stapled him right in the head. And he fell on the ground. It was like a David versus Goliath story. And then he got up, and I ran to my car, and I threw my car in reverse because I was backed in, and I slammed on the gas, and I just looked in the camera of my car, and all I saw was the dude's face. Wow. And then I ran him over and then drove away, and I think he bled out on the road.
Oh, you killed him.
Unfortunately.
All right, here's my crazy story. One time, normal day, I was doing a little mid-shift. Luke had gone to lunch. I think that day he decided to go to a salad bar to get a salad, and at McDonald's or something. Maybe he got a Big Mac. I don't know. I forgot or maybe he went to Five Guys. Who knows? He likes to go to his restaurants. And he loves his restaurant. But I was sitting there scrubbing, and all of a sudden, no other than Larry Fitzgerald pulls up to the wash. Yes, and he lets me wear his Super Bowl ring, and then we take a picture, and I just said, wait, he didn't win a Super Bowl. It was his wedding ring. He was like, here's my wedding ring. It's about worth $1 million, and I just want you to be able to hold something that's worth $1 million in your hand because you're not on my level. You're not as good as me. So you'll never be a wide receiver in the NFL, and you suck at life. So he let me hold his ring, and then I took a picture with him. He said, just keep trying, kid. And I was really discouraged about his words, but at the end of the day I got to meet Larry Fitzgerald, and it was awesome.
That's cool.
All right, it was kind of sad, but it was a good story overall. All right. Something I've been dreading on this show. I'm scared to death, guys. A lot is at stake, and I'm going to let Luke elaborate on it. I'm scared to death. I mean, I'm about to crap my pants about how scary this is. And Luke, just tell him what I'm facing. It's an uphill battle, and I'll probably fail. But
all right, so you're probably not going to fail, but so the 29th is coming up, and I'm going to give you guys an update on that. It's going to be a crazy day at the wash. Like I said last week, there is going to be a parade. There is going to be a PS5. There is going to be, what are those things called at graduation?
the bagpipes.
There is going to be bagpipes. But other than that, the new hint for today is that somebody could be fired from the wash. And I don't want to scare either of you guys, but if you fail the test, then things are not going to end so well. But
exactly. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
What do you mean?
you're fired, right? If you.
Oh yeah. I mean, there is a chance you can stay. There's a second chance test, but that's even tougher than the first one, to be honest with you. So.
Madden's gotten so many second chances by now. I don't think he needs another one.
Ooh.
I think he deserves another one.
Oh. All right, but they do have a good chance of succeeding on this test, and they're going to study for it tomorrow. And other than that, the 29th is going to be a crazy day. That's pretty much it.
Madden, I'm praying for you because if you don't study for this test, I'm going to be coming to you during lunch break while you're flipping my patties.
Ooh. All right.
I'm gonna give it everything I got. I've worked hard to be a washer. It's something I wear on my sleeve. It's something I take great pride in. Every morning I wake up and I am thrilled to go to the wash and give 110%. I have fallen short of the wash in the past. I've made, I've made some boo boos, or I've made some mistakes, but I've always grown from them and come out stronger. But I've given the wash everything I have, and I can't even fathom what it'd be if when I'm done taking the test and I get my grade and it is anything below what I have to make. I can't imagine just the overflowing of just despair and sadness that'll enter my body at that moment. Everything I've worked for, bam, down the toilet, gone if I fail this test. I'll probably, go into a deep, dark depression. Probably might not even ever recover. I might probably, if I fail, I won't harm myself, but I'll probably move out to Alaska and build a log cabin and just grow my beard out and grow my hair long and just kind of maybe spend my days ice fishing and fighting bears. Shut up. I'm not going to harm myself in any way, but I'll probably just go out and move to Alaska and fight bears.
I was scared he's going to harm himself.
I'll probably just go insane, and that'll be the end of me if I were to get fired from wash and roll. Yeah, it'd be difficult. But yeah, that'll be it. But hopefully on a brighter note, I'll pass and keep the ball moving. Y'all believe in me?
No.
Okay, well, they're just being.
But we also don't know what to expect.
Yeah, but I'm gonna study. I'm gonna put on the what? I'm gonna get my wash and roll objectives. Like at MTCS, I'm gonna get my math objectives, get my wash and roll objectives, and that's what I'm gonna do. All right, moving on. Should we skip any topics? I'm running a little fast or running a little long. All right. Top 5 wash and roll employees of all time. Man, this is a tough list. I don't want to offend anybody because these are all great washers, all great individuals that I hold in high regard. But I don't even know if I can make the list because I could build enemies from this list if I short anybody. But what's up? All right. So anyway, who wants to start? I'll start. I'll go ahead and start. All right. Number 1, Kenneth. Or number 1, Luke. I'm not around Kenneth as much as I'm. Yeah, fuck you. Or screw you. All right. Number 1, Luke Howell. He's a manager that puts on 110% every day. He goes hard in the paint. He wakes up, he leaves this house to just go out into the world and fucking kick some ass. Every time he goes to the wash, he kicks ass at the wash. He handles the wash task well. He gets his stuff done. He has climbed the employee ladder. He's number 1 on this list. Number 2, I worked with him for a short time, but his impact on the wash still stands today. I'm gonna go number 2, Mason McDonald. He was always on time. He was a great assistant manager to you. Yep. He did his job, worked hard. He worked his way up in the wash and roll rankings as well, and he always remembered to sweep the lot. He always pressure washed 110%. He gave it all for the wash. I think General Nealon said it best. When you give your all for Tennessee, He gave his all for the wash. All right, number 3. This is where it gets hard. This is where you're really splitting hairs. I don't even know if I can do it. I'm literally about to have the third, you mean?
5. You have to go through 5.
All right. I already gave 2.
3 more.
All right. Number 3. I'm probably going to go Zach Tyner. I worked with him.
Okay, fine. You can say it.
Zach Tyner was a great employee, a great man, you know. He was a beast. He was fun to work with. He taught me. He was my first ever. Before I still put Luke number 1, but Zach Tyner taught me how to walk and run as a washer. You know, he was the one who introduced me to the great life of washing, and for that I can never be grateful. You know, he gave me the opportunity that I think that Skip Bayless gave to Stephen A. Smith when they started First Take. You know, he helps kickstart his career, and that is the type of impact that I think that what's his name, Zach Tyner, had for me. Now, what am I at? Number 4. Number 4. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Jacob. He was the assistant manager. He was the assistant manager at Washerville, New Salem. Wait, what? I worked with him.
You gotta say people out there actually.
I was trying to avoid offending people, but I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
No one cares.
Number 4. You know what? Damn.
You never failed to make me chuckle.
It almost breaks my heart to do this, but you know.
You have to decide between these two. You're gonna offend me, man. Oh, do not offend him. Do not offend me.
You know what, man? It's like if you point a gun to my head, I just, you know, Hayes. Before I make this decision, I just want to know how. You know, you've been great, but I'm going to have to go with, and Ethan, you've been great too, but I'm going to go with Seth Nixon.
What?
Seth Nixon, you know, he worked hard. You know, he once bought me a beer at Whiskey Dick's, you know, when I lost my card in the drain. You know, for that, he's been a great employee. He scrubbed well. He was one of the pioneers of the WN21 location, and for that reason, I got to put him at number 4. And for number 5, I'm gonna put
You don't drink on the job?
no drinking, no drinking on the job. No,
Just
we didn't know we didn't drink on the job. All right, for number 5, I'll put Kenneth. Wait, all right.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Number 5, I'll put
This should be pretty easy.
I just don't want to step on anybody's toes, you know. Okay. You say that, but then you know, like if I ever need like a heart transplant, I don't. Would you say, well, you know what? No.
Podcast would be so long if you
Okay. Number 5, I'll go Caven. You know, he's a good worker. He worked there a long time, and he gave it his all.
Wait, why not then?
You know, it's splitting hairs. It's too close to call.
He didn't train me.
Did you really? No, you didn't. Luke trained me.
No, I trained you too.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. But my list is final, and that's it.
Wow, that was harsh. Okay. All right. Number 1 for me. I've seen a lot of employees come through the wash. I'm going to have to go with, all the way back from my time at South Rutherford, Mason McDonald's. He was probably the most loyal employee I've had at the wash, and probably one of the hardest workers, and just a great guy. And then, let's see, number 2. Let's see, I'm going to have to go with Madden here. Madden, he's also been very consistent throughout the years. Very loyal to the wash. Very hard worker. Probably the hardest worker I've had at the wash. Probably the best pressure washer I've had at the wash. Very good employee at the wash. So that's why he's going to come in at number 2. His duration at the wash has been about 2 years now, I think. How long have you worked at the wash?
Well, I was gonna cut it down if that's what you're worried about, but about 15. All right, if you count my whole time, about 2
Do you want
years.
to shorten up the time?
Huh?
Is that what you're worried about?
You want to shorten up the list?
Oh no, I just want to be the host.
Okay, yeah.
You talk too
Yeah.
much.
All right, yeah, I do.
All right, so all right, number 3. Oh, let's see, number 3. I'm gonna have to go tough between 2 guys. I'm gonna go. Hope I'm not forgetting anyone, but I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna go KJ at 3. No, you know what? I'm gonna go Ethan at 3.
Travis Scott's job album of the year. Utopia's album of the year.
I'm going Ethan at 3 just because he's also been loyal to the wash. He did go to school, but he also came back. And then other than that, he's been a hard worker, a great pressure washer, and he trains people well, which I appreciate. And then number 4, I'm going to have to go with KJ at 4 just because he was back with me at South Rutherford. He was a great employee and pretty loyal to the wash, and he led us to a wash and roll championship in the basketball league, which was a great accomplishment for us. And then number 5, I'm going to have to go with a man sitting to my right, Hayes Watson, just because he helped us through one of our darkest times when we only had about, how many employees do we have, like 3?
Those are dark days.
We only had like 3 or 4 employees at the time, and he came in after high school when he went to school about 3:30 and helped us out and closed for us when we had no one else. So I appreciated that. He was a good hard worker, and he was also pretty loyal to us throughout the years. And then other than that, sorry to everyone that was not on the list, but Blake, honorable mention, who could end up being in the top 5 just because of how great he's been. Max is off to a good start, and everyone else is, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone.
What about Dylan? Dylan Ada.
Dill Pickle, I don't know, but he's also really good.
You guys did it the wrong way.
Oh,
We're supposed to go 5-1. That's way more fun.
Dill Pickle's on the rise. I appreciate his help to the wash, and he has been a lot better than he used to be. What do you mean go 5-1?
You start for number 5, so it's suspense, the number 1.
That's actually smart.
Okay.
But I feel like in terms of this list, this suspense is who you're gonna like crush in the rings. Like,
That's
not
true.
in the top 5.
That's true, but I'll go backwards. I'll switch it up.
I'm going to do bottom 5.
For me, number 5, it's got to be Carlos. I mean, most of the time you say he's a great guy, better worker. I mean, he's a great guy, worse worker. This guy, I mean, he's a great guy, but I mean, he's just not the best worker. I mean, I love him. Great guy, but
If you're watching, we're sorry.
I mean, but when push comes to shove, I mean, he'll show up, but I mean, when push comes to shove, then there's not going to be much pushback. Number 4, this is where I had to split hairs. This is very close, but I'm going to go with number 4, Hayes Watson. Hayes Watson, he put me on at this job, and I really respect him for that. He is a very crucial because he worked every day after school, only closing shifts. And everyone knows closing is the worst shift. So, very respect to Hayes, and he did a great job at the wash. But number 3, this is where it was really close between Hayes and my number 3 spot, which is going to be Blake Bolin. Blake is basically Hayes if Hayes stayed at the wash longer. So I lean Blake because of the longevity. The longevity he's going to get the wash, being able to work during school and working last summer. I trained him. He's just a fast learner, great pressure washer. He does things the right way. And then number 2, I'm going to have to go Madden Pack. I mean, this guy, he's made some very, 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 very bad mistakes. But he's someone you want on your team. Every single place, a McDonald's, a Wendy's, a Taco Bell, a wash and roll. They need a Madden Pack. They need a guy who wakes up, wash and roll. All he does, he wakes up and wash and rolls. This guy brushes his teeth with soap and a brush. I mean, he loves wash and roll so much. And then number 1, it's obvious. This guy holds the wash together. He's holding it in. It's Luke Howell. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if Luke Howell was fired today, then they would not be getting me back next summer, that's for sure. Madden would walk out the door. I mean, this guy is the Michael Scott of car washes. He makes work every day entertaining. He's a great guy to be around, great worker. He does his job. He's there putting in the hours, taking the deposits. He's there checking the chemicals. He's just the leader that every team needs. He's a guy where you wake up and you're like, I get to work today, not I have to work today.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That was some nice kind words. On to the next.
Are we ready for that? Okay. Now we're going to be talking about Tennessee football. I'm the host for this now. I took over from Mountain Pack's job. But I just want to talk about the two major games that really matter, even if our season is ruined by losing to Florida or Texas A&M. Like, we shouldn't, but even if our season's over, there's still two games that are our national championships, and that's Alabama and Georgia. And I want the score predictions for that and what your prediction for our record will be. Okay. And if Joe Milton will still be the answer by the end of the season, or will Nico have to step up?
So the only way I think Nico is going to have to step up is if Milton gets injured. So I think Milton's going to be pretty good this year. And along with that, I say my record prediction is going to be, how many games in the regular season? 12?
Yep.
I'm going to go with 11-1 with one loss at Alabama. I think we're going to beat Georgia at home this year by about 28 points. I think Milton's going to have the game of his career. I think our team is just too strong overall. As long as our offensive line stays healthy and is decent, I think we'll be a pretty solid team. I think we'll actually go to the national championship. We're gonna
Bold prediction.
No, I don't think it's that hard. I mean, I think
I think people are underestimating how good our defense will be this year.
Yeah, our defense is going to be a lot better. We're returning a lot of guys
on offense.
We are returning a lot of guys on the defensive side of the ball. We're losing some offensive linemen. That's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about.
Yeah.
Obviously, our running backs are going to be great. Our receivers are going to be great. And hopefully Milton's great because that holds it all together.
Yeah.
So other than that, we're going to destroy the Bulldogs. We're going to lose a close one at Alabama. And other than that, we're going to destroy everyone.
All right, so I got to get a little closer. I'm about to break the mic. All right, so I have high expectations for the Vols this year. I think that Joe Milton is going to prove himself as a first-round quarterback in the draft. I think that he'll throw for, I'm going to say, over 30 touchdowns. He won't throw picks, I don't think, because Hooker didn't throw picks. I don't think Heupel's offense is designed to throw picks. It's just, receivers get open quickly. That offense is designed for receivers to get open. I have us going 10-2. I have us losing to Georgia in a nail-biter. I'm going to say it's going to come down the wire, but I think we lose by a touchdown. I mean, I just think Georgia, their recruiting's been incredible. They're bringing a lot of people back. Even though they lost a lot, they're bringing some people back. I think Carson Beck will be pretty solid, and for that reason, I have us losing to Georgia. I also have us losing on the road to Alabama. They're going to come in hungry. They took it personally when they lost to us last year, and I think they're going to come in hungry. They're at home. They're fired up. I think it's just going to be tough to beat them, and for that reason, I have Alabama beating us. But the rest of the schedule, you got tough ones. You got A&M. You got to go at Florida. Even though Florida's not supposed to be that good, it's still going to be tough because it's Florida. And those are the predictions and expectations I have for the Vols this season.
Cool.
I'll get through this fast because, David would have to leave. But Joe Milton's going to be really good. He's going to be top 5 for Heisman, I believe. But I don't think he comes out with the trophy in New York, sadly. And then I think we're either gonna lose 1 or 2. I could see 3 possibly because we always drop one against someone really bad. But if Joe Milton's on his thing, I don't think we lose it. But I could see a Georgia game coming down to the wire. Whoever gets the ball in the second half is gonna win. Because Tennessee last year we stopped Georgia in the beginning of the game, but we just couldn't score. I think this year we're going to stop them if they get the ball first, and we're going to score, and then we're going to get the ball back in the second half, and we're just going to keep carrying on. We're just going to stay ahead by 1 score. But it can work vice versa, whoever gets the ball in the second half. And then Alabama, Tennessee. Tennessee's going down to the Roll Tide. That's scary. Yeah. That's real scary. After what we did to them last year, it's just sad. And Alabama football, their culture is just different. Tennessee's not there yet. But Nick Saban's not losing to Tennessee in Tuscaloosa. I can guarantee you that.
Back to back. I agree.
He's not losing to him. And I think it'll be a closer game than people expect, but it's they're not losing. I'm sorry.
Do you know who Alabama will lose to in Tuscaloosa, though? University of Tennessee, Chattanooga.
Really?
Yep.
And Alabama loses to MTSU. Week 1.
Wow, that's a very bold prediction.
I got Tennessee football this year. I have Tennessee losing 1 game this year.
Wow,
Okay.
that's hot.
They'll go to Alabama, and they'll win. I respect Nick Saban, respect the program, but they're going to struggle at quarterback.
That's true.
They don't have a quarterback
That's true.
like Bryce Young to beat a hyped-up Tennessee team trying to win a natty this year. And then Georgia will come in. They also have a new quarterback. I think Tennessee takes that one too. Last-second field goal to win it. The one game I have Tennessee losing this year is to South Carolina.
No.
Heisman year.
Let me see it. The real storyline for college football is Caleb Williams going to win back-to-back Heismans? I mean, Drake May could challenge him. You know what? Who's the number 1 odds of him challenging it? Is Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's wrap this up.
Good luck
All right.
with your test. Chill. I'll see you.
All right.
We gotta sign out of the podcast.
Me and David got to leave.
All right. Hayes and
No, I'm tired.
Hayes and
Because I'm tired.
Hayes and
Are we signing off now?
no,
No, y'all
those two
go.
are.
Just me and David. Just me and David.
Yeah.
Come on, David. David, stand up.
You gotta join in, David. You gotta join in.
Yeah, David. Come on, David.
Nice. That's all. All right, guys. Let's continue with the pod here. All right, let's talk about some MTCS football, guys. All right, Medini. MTCS football. One more.
See, man. All right. MPCS football, I have them going about 8-2. I think their offense and defense look strong. I think they're going to get it done this year.
I like it. I'm gonna say MTCS football is gonna go 7-3. I kind of agree with you. I think they're gonna drop one more. I think that Eli Wilson is gonna have a great year. I think Jesse Perry's gonna be fun to watch as a fall commit, and I think it's Coach Shambaugh is gonna be a great head coach. Even though he's not our coach anymore.
You know, this is gonna be this is a make or break year for MTCS because I remember when I was a senior, and a lot of our best players were sophomores. I was like, when they're seniors, they really could win it all, and unfortunately, I don't think that will be the case because I feel like it's just tough to win it all, especially when you get powerhouses like DCA and Natural Christian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really hard. But I think they'll go 8-2. They'll lose one game they should, and they'll probably lose one game they shouldn't. An offense led by Eli Wilson is very appetizing, though. 4.39 speed. Sources tell Ethan Hudson he's got 4.39 speed. I raced him in track. Very fast. Very fast. But especially a sleeper. Wake up, Gabe Howell season. Wake up. It's Gabe Howell season, and I think MTCS will be very good, but just not enough to finish it off.
I like the prediction.
So I'm going to go 8-2.
All right.
I didn't say that.
Let's talk about what happened in Madden tonight. There was a little bit of a heated exchange and between Ethan and Madden, and some rivalries were created.
Yeah.
Let Ethan talk about that.
The only heated rivalry is I whooped that ass. Yeah. I said I whooped that ass. I said I whooped that ass, Madden. Hey. Okay. You want to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wash.
Signing off.
Wash.
Thank you for tuning in.
See you next pod.
Signing off.
The pod is still on.
Listen to Utopia, the best album of all time.
Nice.
I'm going to do it 2:30 so we can.